Hello again, YouTube. It's been a long time since I've last put up a review, and I believe it's time for another. So here it is. This review is on the K-Bar Karan Tanto, I believe is how it's called. Um, so let's start. So it's a pretty simple little knife, Tanto blade, obviously, as from the title. The handle is curved, which is pretty cool. It's very ergonomic. It feels really good when you're holding it in your hand, fits well, and the curvature makes it very natural feeling for slashes or even just normal everyday use. The reverse grip feels just as good. That curvature goes right with what your hand wants to do. Keeps it really good, powerful grip for those reverse type slashes, which is great for a knife. The grip is it's like beaded grip. I don't think you're going to be able to see it very well, but you can see pictures on the internet of this knife, of course. And it's pretty cool. Feels nice. It definitely feels very ergonomic. It's not over grippy like G10 can be. Just very simple handle, just plastic handle. You can hear it, me scratching it. It has a reversible clip, so for those of you who like to carry a knife on your left hand, it's perfect for that. It's only a tip-up carry, so if you like tip-down, sorry. Once again, this is one of those knives that's just not gonna do it for you. The lock is basically a triad lock, very similar to what Cold Steel uses. Just locks back, absolutely no play side to side or up and down, which is great for a folder, especially one of this price. This knife only costs anywhere from about $25 to $45, depending on where you get it from. And for what I've used it for, it's very good. It's a very good utility knife, not super thick, but thick enough definitely to hold its own. This knife came like sharper than almost any other knife I've had, other than the Spyderco serrations. I think this has been the sharpest, sharper than Cold Steel or SOG, which is very impressive. I like that a lot. The Tanto point on here, beautiful. It's the thickness maintains almost all the way till the end. If you can see it at all, the point, extremely acute point, very well done. The counter edge right here, super sharp. The Tanto is done very well, so that with the angle at which it changes is done perfectly. It's razor sharp, even right on that angle change, which is something to be commended because a lot of knives, this is where they can suffer a lot. Is that angle is what makes a Tanto blade powerful, and this really was done well. The angles that they put in, there's no extra flash to this knife. There's no unnecessary curvature. It's all very simple, very well done. The coating, this black coating, not sure exactly what it is, but it's much better than the Cold Steel coating, which isn't very hard to do. Cold Steel coating is pretty cheap stuff, but the knives themselves are good. This stuff, very good. I'd put it almost on par with the SOG finish, which is that tiny or tinny finish, whichever way you prefer to say it, and that's nice. The little thumb, man, my terminology is all off today, but these for your thumb are on both sides. That's legit. I like that. It makes it easier to open, and you don't have to do that whole thing where you have to switch it from side to side based on what side you have your clip on, which is great. Always good for convenience. The clip, pretty good clip, very low profile clip. Does not feel, you don't feel it much in your hand when you're holding it. Pretty strong. It's not going to be as strong as like your Cold Steel clips that are super stiff. It's got some flex to it, but it's still a very good clip. I'm impressed with it. The rivets on there, very nice and strong rivets, don't come loose. The pivot screw on here, I'm impressed with. A lot of times this is where knives will have a big fallback for me, is on that pivot screw. This is done very well, very tight. Like I said, absolutely no play in this blade, which is necessary for a knife. Absolutely necessary, no weak points. This is one of K-Bar's like zombie style knives for that apocalypse, which is getting super popular now. Everybody's all about that zombie apocalypse. And that green color could be really off-putting to a lot of people. For instance, I don't really like knives that are super bright. This one was given to me, but I must say I carry it every day now. It has replaced my Recon 1 as its everyday carry, partly because it's a great knife and because my Recon 1 is nearing the end of its life. I've put it through that much. Extremely good knife. I went bow fishing a while back, got some really nice carp, and this just went right through them as if butter. Like it was like cutting. It was literally like cutting through butter. It was fantastic. This knife was very good. The blade is AUS 8A. If you've seen my other reviews, I'm a good fan of AUS 8A. Holds its edge very well, stays sharp, easy to resharpen, unless, of course, it gets completely dull. Then it's kind of a bitch to get all the way back on to sharp. So I would highly recommend keeping it sharp, as with most knives. It's got the neat little, you can kind of see it, my camera's crappy, but a nice little biohazard symbol up here. It's pretty cool. It's nice. It's a nice little touch to it. Further adds to that zombie type feel. But all around, very good knife. I would recommend picking one up for what for your minor utility uses, or just that everyday knife that you need to carry around. Good edge. This is great. It's going to get pretty much any job you need done. Obviously, you're not going to want to use it for super heavy like batoning and whatnot. It just doesn't have the weight for it to back it up as much as I'd like. The locking system done very well. Stainless steel liners on the inside. You can kind of see it. So that's very well done on the inside of the knife. The handle may not be the best quality, but I guarantee you it's not going to just snap. It's going to take quite a bit of work to get this to break. All in all, I think K-Bar has done very well with this knife. K-Bar is definitely known for, that classic K-Bar, that blood groove, the rubberized handle or leather handles, that really classic looking knife that's really withstood the test of time. I definitely say K-Bar's straight, like fixed blades are far superior to their folders, but if you're looking for a good cheap folder that's gonna really do its job, this is a great way to go. I would highly recommend it. The cons to this knife, my biggest cons to this knife is the color. It just stands out a lot, which makes it a little harder to deploy in public. If you need it for some minor usage in public, it's going to be a little harder to secure. To conceal because of that bright, super neon green color. But that's not too big a deal. And then the only other pow I would have about it would be the material that the handle is made of is a cheaper material. It does look almost like a toy, but really those are its only downfalls. I assure you that this will last a good while you're using it. That blade is very well done. The locking mechanism is perfect. It really syncs up well. None of that play, like I said, that's so vitally important to a knife. And I must say, I'm very impressed. The rivets on the blade are well done as well. There's not as many as I'd like. Usually, you just have these two and then one up here, which makes me feel as though it's not super secure. But really, it holds together well. Nothing is loose. You can't pull anything apart. There's no play anywhere on the knife. So a good knife to go for. Like I said, if you want a knife for just cheap, not wanting to shell out a lot of money, but still need something to abuse, good way to go. This knife, you can put it through a lot before it shows any kind of damage. Good little knife. K-Bar is a great company. I will always condone a K-Bar knife, whether it be a folder or a fixed blade. I like them, and it's a good one to pick up if you're looking for it. So I hope this review was helpful to you, and sorry it's been taking me so long, but I hope to be putting up more here pretty soon. So that's all I have for you guys. Any questions, any comments, please leave them. Feel free. Subscribe, share, whatever you can, man. I appreciate it. Have a good day, and as always, I will see you next time.